Optimizing your windows. It's actually very easy task to do, and that's what I'll be going over today in this video. So here we go. One utility that people don't know about is disk cleanup. And if you click on your start menu and just type in disk, it should come up on the list. And I'm going to go ahead and run that as an administrator. And what this does, it's going to go ahead and search everything that it can clean up on your machine or on this machine, and it's just going to come up with a list. So it has like Microsoft Defender antivirus listed, Windows upgrade logs, temporary files. It can have Windows updates, files that it doesn't need anymore, recycling bin, and so on and so forth. So you can just go down the list, um, select everything or just one item, and go ahead and just hit OK. Tell it to give it or tell it to delete the files, and it's just going to go and perform that task pretty much. While that's doing that, the next thing that you want to keep in check is your Windows updates. So if you click on the start menu and just type in check for updates, it's going to come up with the Windows update window, and you can just click on check for updates, and it's just going to go and do what it needs to do. Um, as far as your browsers, for example, Microsoft Edge, you can go ahead and clear everything out of it by going into the three button menu, go into settings, go into privacy, search, and services. Right here, you'll see clear browsing data, and you can go ahead and uh, choose what you want to clear. Um, and also you can have a timer in, so last hour, 24 hours, 7 days. I just have it set for all time. Everything and anything that it finds, it can just delete. And you can remove your browsing history, download history, cookies, any cache files, images, passwords, autofill, items that you have saved in the browser. You can uncheck these, but you can certainly just check everything and then click on clear now. It's just going to go ahead and do what it needs to do. Um, so that's that about Microsoft Edge. Looks like that this cleanup window is gone now, so finished doing what it needed to do. I'm going to go ahead and open up another command prompt session here because I have one open on the bottom. I'm going to open this as an administrator and give it permission as an admin. And this is a utility that I've known for years, msconfig. And there are two things that you can check from here. And I am referring to the startup items. So the first thing is if you go to startup tab, you can open a task manager, and that will go ahead and open up the startup tab in the task manager. And this is important because this actually is where things open up when you first turn your machine on or when you log into your machine. All right, so for example, on this particular machine, I have Microsoft Edge opening, I have VPN opening, and I have Windows Defender checking for updates. This is done by automatic. I did not set these. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did set up this and this. This one was there automatically by Windows just setting it up. All these other items are disabled, and you can just right click and enable it or disable it. So for example, this one I can just disable it, and it won't start when I restart this machine. As you can see, I have pretty much everything disabled because I don't need any of these things running. Um, Microsoft Teams, I don't use Cortana. When I need to update Java, I'll just do it manually. I don't have to have this just check every single time I log into the computer and check to see if there's an update. The other thing back on this system configuration window, if you go to services, and this is very important, click this hide all Microsoft services. This will show you only services that are not by Microsoft and they were installed, and they are either running or can be run at startup. So as you can see, I have a bunch that I unchecked and only have these three services running when I start the machine up. All right, so that's very important because you have to have or you can eliminate what can start when your computer starts up. All right, so this is the startup folder. You can disable things here or enable them if you want them running. And in the msconfig, you have services. Make sure you check the services, hide all Microsoft services checkbox, and then go through your list and disable um, what you don't want starting. Just make sure this is checked. This is very important because if you uncheck a Microsoft service that is required for your computer to run, you could run into major issues after rebooting it. So just make sure you have this checkbox running here. And then just simply hit OK. You can close this window and that's it. You don't have to do anything else from that. Um, The other thing I want to mention is the Microsoft Store. So a lot of times, and I ran into this issue where it just wouldn't download an application from the Microsoft Store. And this utility, WS Reset, again from a command prompt with administrative privileges, typed it in there, hit enter, and it's going to go ahead and just reset all the settings for the Microsoft Store. I'll just give it a minute because this is actually doing stuff in the background. There might be some windows that pop up and close, or it might even open the Microsoft Store at the very end and just be on the main splash page. But in the meantime, I am going to open the App Store. All right. Just to go ahead and all right, so this is finished now, and to open the App Store it's fairly easy. Just click on the start menu and type in store and just click on that and it'll open up your store right here. So in here, what you need to do is you need to go into your library and then you need to click on get updates, and this will go ahead and check updates for all the programs that are installed from the Microsoft Store. So if you have Skype or um, like Microsoft Photos, things like that, if there's an update for that, this will go ahead and install the update. Also in here you can certainly install the apps like Spotify. As you can see, I've had it on this machine but I don't have it. Plex or Fitbit Coach or whichever app, you can go ahead and install it from here. All right, so that's that. Let's minimize this right here. This is an interesting one. So I'm going to go into settings and I'm going to go into system and then storage. Now this right here automatically free up space, delete temporary files, and manage local available cloud content. By default, this is off. You should really have this on. This will periodically come in and just delete files. This is set for 30 days. That's the default. You can certainly change it to 14 days or something like that. It will just clean up your drive, your recycling bin, unless you want to keep everything in recycling bin. I think this is a very good utility. It's just not utilized at all. I believe this should be on by default, but it is not. I kind of sort of see it, why not, but I would perhaps prefer to have it on automatically. I think it'll just clean up everything that you need. All right. The other thing that you should do in here is possibly optimize your drives. So on this window, go into Advanced Storage Settings and then go into Disk Volumes. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not it. Let me go back one. Advanced. Oh, I lost my mind. I don't know where I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Disk optimization is right here. Um, this will bring up utility that can optimize your drives. Now, I only have one drive in here, C drive. This is a CD-ROM drive that I don't think it's even connected to this. I think this is just a bogus information right here. But anyway, um, this is a solid state drive as it says here. It is okay. Solid state drives retrim themselves, so you don't have to really do much, but it's good to check. If you have older hard drives, spindle drives, you will want to come in here and optimize the drive. That way, it'll take, defrag it, put things where they need to be, reindex it, and have it access faster than what it was before. So this is a very good utility, especially if you have older hard drives running on your computer. The next thing you want to take a look at is your applications. Maybe you have things on here that are just not necessary. So open your settings, go into your apps, and just go through the list. And maybe there are some things that you don't need. Uninstall it. If you don't use it, then uninstall it, remove it from the machine, and keep it simple and clean. Um, that way it'll free up space. That way it's just not maybe starting up in the beginning, and that way it's nice and cleaned up. Um, and the last thing that I want to talk about, restart your computer. People intend to leave machines on running all the time. Restart it twice a week, 3 times a week. Restart it every day if you can. If you can't, try to do it at least once a week, so that way everything is up to par on it and running the way it should be. All right, that's about it for today's video. Please comment below. If you have any questions, let me know. I will reply to you. And share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. All right, thanks. Have a good one.